Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Coach Cruise. Thanks for being here. I'm your host, Brad, if there's anybody new out there. And today's topic is going to be why we cruise. What makes us such avid cruisers? And for anybody that's new to cruising out there, what is it going to be that makes you want to cruise over and over again? I know we have some newer cruisers out there. And so we'll talk about that. I have 10 things written down. But I mean, there are so many more, and I'll be looking for contributions from all of you as well. But before we really get into it, let's say hi to the people that have already checked in here while Zoe here is trying to eat her plate of treats all at once. We had Justin first to check in, and then Frankie Floyd, like he often does, starts us off with a super chat right out of the bat. Let's right off the bat, I should say. Let's get that on the screen. He says, "Hey, Coach, just finished having some great Chicago hot dogs." And you know what? A Chicago hot dog is a little different for those of you that didn't know that. They put sport peppers on their pickles, sometimes tomatoes. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. And the combination of goodies and toppings that they put on it make the Vienna beef usually is how it's served, of a typical Chicago style dog. But yeah, we do have some good hot dogs here in Chicago. So yeah, that's making me hungry, actually. Thank you for that. And J&T Adventures is back once again. Good to see you guys back here. Sean is back once again. Good to see you. Yoli will be seeing here at the end of the month. She'll be coming into Chicago. So good to see you as always, Yoli. And I assume Andrew is with you. Then we have Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. I got a new display case back here, and I got Liz and Chris's cup that they sent me so generously in the back there. So thank you for that. And Mandy is back once again. She loves the piano bar as much as anybody. Liz is saying hello to everybody. Ken is here once again. We have Jason Cool back. Cruise Nuts is back. Great to see you. And look at that. Erin is starting us off right. She says, "For Zoe, and because I want to see you sweat that whiskey you hate." So I assume that means, look, I got to get through this much. I assume that's at least 4 shots. It's probably 5. At this point, I just kind of want to tough it out and get through it. I do have my Jameson Irish whiskey, which I like a lot more. And but I know Aaron likes to see me wince when I drink this, so I appreciate it. And we get Zoe a treat, so let's give a high five to Aaron. And what do you say? What do you say to her? Yeah, you say thank you. Good girl. All right. So thank you for that, Aaron. And I think you'll get your wish because, once again, this is not my favorite shot. One and done. Here we go. Like cough syrup or something bad. Yeah, that's not a good shot. I am so looking forward to it. Look, it didn't even look like it went down, did it? I mean, it looks like the same level. I swear this whiskey is haunting me until it is gone. But we are going to get through it. We are going to finish it. And thank you once again for that, Aaron. And look at that. So, Aaron, let's put you down. Frankie Floyd, you are number 17 through 21. And Aaron, with that $20 super chat, you are numbers 22 through 41. All right. So we're moving right along there. We may give away another shirt today, or our last winner last week, Danny D, the spectacular supporter, chose the Loud Cup. That's this company sent me a bunch of these cups to give away. They're normally $20 if you're interested in getting one on your own. I am not selling these. I'm only giving them away, so you got to win it. You go to a sporting event or something, it's a 20 ounces insulated cup. And it makes that big loud noise. Sounds a little bit like a ship horn to me. That's the uniqueness I found in it. And I have a beverage in here too. Get some of that TX whiskey out of my mouth. All right. We got a few other people checking in here. We got Tim G here. Admin Tim is here. I mentioned Cruise Nuts already. D-Kid, did I see you? Yep, there's D-Kid. I see D-Kid. And we have Controversial Cruising. Scott is the host of Controversial Cruising. I just was chatting with him a little earlier today. Mimi Melly is back. Good to see you. All is well for the most part. I did get some bad news, and I wanted to thank those of you that sent your condolences. Those of you that are, on my Facebook page or whatever, I shared a couple weeks ago. A good friend of mine, his wife, and I'm friends with her. We all shared an apartment together way back in college. She passed this morning to cancer. And I mean, my heart just absolutely breaks for the family, 3 kids, all like high school age, but my age, which is way too young, obviously, to go. But yeah, just a great family, and cancer just it sucks so bad. So yeah, thank you to all of you that put a note of support for my friend, and yeah, I just hashtag my Joe, MYJO, and yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So other than that, I mean that's not a great way to start your day, but at least there's some closure, and hoping that they can do the best they can. Obviously, I can't even fathom uh, how you deal with something like that. Some of you can, unfortunately, and for those of you that can, I sympathize with you as well. Let's get on to a happier subject here. Let's get back to the show. But again, thank you for everybody that said did prayers and everything. That was much appreciated. And if you still want to post something, feel free to go on my Facebook page. And the thing is up there, and I'm going to share it with my buddy, and hopefully that brings them a little bit of comfort. So, yeah. And Will, thank you. I mean, it is a loss for me. Joanne was as I mentioned in the post, she was like a angel walking among us. And I know it's one of those things where you always say something good about somebody when they pass, right? But I mean, it's genuine. She was definitely, somebody that just made everybody feel comfortable, just lit up the room. So yeah, it's just an absolute huge loss for anybody that knew her. So, but thank you for that. And yeah, so I was talking about the loud cup and the drinks here. I'm well stacked in drinks, and I know Liz is here. And so I'm drinking one of Liz's drinks. I found out this is one of Liz's drinks too, but they have that zero or ice. It's got like 5 calories in it. But it's like a sparkling flavored water type of thing. And mixed with a little vodka, low calorie, with some punch. And then here I got a little Moscow Mule in the loud cup. So if I have to drink any more of this, which I want to get rid of it. so feel free, help me get rid of this last little bit here so we can get on to some good whiskey. I will be able to, wash it down and get that taste out of my mouth. So, all right, Cruise Life TV, we have Greg and Michelle here. Yeah, thank you for that, Greg and Michelle, and Yoli, and again, thank you everybody for your thoughts and prayers and all that. And again, I don't want to, put a downer on the show. So let's get back to what the topic of the show was about. And honestly, until yesterday, I hadn't really thought of a topic of the show. And this is kind of in honor of Joanne, because, life, if this morning didn't send a signal that life is too short, it is. Life is just too short. So you have to embrace life to the fullest, right? And you got to get out and travel and do all those different things. So I wrote 10 things down, but I'm guessing we'll be thinking a lot the same. So what is, I want to hear from any one of you, and I bet we'll share a common list. And I'm guessing if you don't say it exactly, it's going to be under the umbrella of one of the things I had. But There's so many things. Maybe you will say something. And look at that. We have Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. And Zoe, come here. We'll get Zoe back up here. Come here. Treat. And we'll get this whiskey poured here. I just took Zoe for a walk. So I was hoping that would make her hungry. But apparently, Zoe, here. There you go. Oh, she saw the treatment. All right. High five for Carnival Cruise Addicts. And what do you say? Good girl. She said thank you. And thank you, Liz and Chris, for helping me get rid of this horrible tasting whiskey. And I apologize for anybody that likes that whiskey. I mean, it's just not my taste. I'm sure there's some people out there that like it. I apologize to the TX company, whatever. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. But here we go. Ugh. There we go. There we go. It's getting down a little bit. Fortunately, not fast enough. Michael is here. Michael Allen. Good to see you, Mike. And somebody put in the comments, I want to see, you know what? I'll start off with one. Scenic Beauty. Okay. I'm going to put down Scenic Beauty. That's one of the 10 that I listed. Put in the comments some of the best Scenic Beauty that you've seen on a cruise, either a port or, you know, somewhere around the world that you went on a cruise where you were just like, oh my God, or one of your favorite ports where it's just so beautiful. So throw in the comments some Scenic Beauty that you Liz right away says St. Thomas. That is an absolute beautiful port. One of the things I love about St. Thomas is actually leaving. I don't like leaving St. Thomas because it's so beautiful. You want to stay longer, right? But when you leave and you see all those little mountains and, you know, the geography and everything else, it's just so cool. Michael says St. Kitts and firm with an exclamation point, hands down St. Kitts. All right. And St. Kitts, that's another beautiful little slice of paradise. Cruise Nuts, they're one of their favorites is Cozumel. And, you know, I got to agree with you, Cruise Nuts. The El Cielo, that's this beautiful little sandbar off the coast of Cozumel. And it's just breathtaking and, you know, so much fun. Erin is also a lover of St. Thomas, and she was on the same cruise with me. So we were comparing pictures. She went to a different beach than I did. She was at Megan's Bay and I was at Koki Beach, but I've been to both of them. So, but yeah, it was St. Thomas is definitely beautiful, beautiful beaches there. Sean says St. Lucia, which is one of the places I have not gotten to go yet on a cruise. So I'm a little jealous of you there, Sean. But yeah, he says St. Lucius. Mandy just says the sun setting into the water with no hills or trees blocking the view. Absolutely over the ocean. That is a beautiful sight. If you get a good one, you just have to soak it in, right? D Kid says Santorini. Look at that. He's been spoiled. In Greece, Santorini. I've seen pictures. I've never gotten the pleasure myself. I will get to explore some new places like Bali and Lombok and Indonesia, along with several stops in Australia this summer. And I'm looking forward to that. But Santorini in Greece is one that's eluded me. I did go to Athens, but not Santorini. So any other scenic, beautiful places that you've been to on a cruise that you just absolutely love? But that is one of the 10 reasons I put down for why we cruise or why you should cruise, right? All right. Well, let's go on to, oh, I forgot to put down Carnival Cruise Addicts. Carnival Cruise Addicts, you are numbers 42 through 56. So we are only 44 away from, and I'm going to give away the second chance drawing. Okay, so anytime we reach 100, we do a drawing. I'm going to do that right now. Second chance. So last week, okay, this week, actually, Aaron was the first one with a 15 or more super chat. So you're going to have numbers 1 through 5. and the second chance drawing. And the CCA, Carnival Cruise Addicts, you have numbers 6 through 10. And what we're going to do is we are going to give away a Loud Cup. You see this, like the blue one here. I got them. I got about a dozen of these left. So that will be one of the second chance drawings. If you win a drawing now, I mean, you could choose that over the shirt as well. CruiseNet says Grand Cayman. That's another great spot. Bill Moria. Where is Moria? I don't know where Moria is. Bill from Warmstrong Adventures. He goes to all the cool places. He travels the world, truly. Tammy Shore is here. Says favorite is St. Thomas, but Aruba is right there. I'll be doing Aruba twice this year. And look at that. Yoli just came in here with a big old super chat. Thank you so much for that. Yoli says, always willing to help out a friend. Drink up, coach. And let me put down Yoli here. And you know what? You got us like on the brink of 100, just like that. So you are numbers 57 through 96, which means we are only 4 away from a shirt or a Loud Cup. And big high five for Yoli and Andrew. And what do you say? Say it louder. There you go. Good girl. All right. And thank you for helping me get rid of this TX whiskey here. Yoli and Andrew. And again, we will be seeing them for a crawfish boil next month. Actually, well, tomorrow is next month, so the end of next month. And yeah, looking forward to that. So Yoli, here you go. Ugh, man. It just doesn't seem to go down. It seems like it stays the same level. It actually has gone down a little bit, but and look at that. We got Tim G. He got us to 100 here. So 97 through 100. And then Tim, you are also number 1. You're number 1 in my heart, Tim. You are also number 1 of the next 100 on the super chat. So you have 97 through 100. So last week we had Carnival Cruise Addicts. They carried over and they were numbers 1 through 6. We had Uncle Dave, numbers 7 through 16. Frankie Floyd today started us off like he often does, 17 through 21. Then we had Aaron coming in here and getting us our first treat for Zoe and first shot for me, 22 through 41. Carnival Cruise Addicts was right after, 42 through 56. And then Yoli came in with a big super chat, 57 through 96. And then Tim G got us to 100 and his numbers 97 through 100. And he is number 1 for the next super chat. And look at that. We got Rick Wade, the Texas cruiser, just posted an article on Coach Cruise. But Rick Wade, you are numbers 2 through 6. And thank you for that. Let me get Tim's super chat up there. That got us to 100. And then we got Rick's right after that got us, well, numbers 2 through 6. So again, for anybody new, you see I got some updates from CBS Sports, but other than that, it's blank on top. I asked Siri for a random number 1 through 100. She squirts out the number, and whatever number I just mentioned, all of them there, that's who wins your choice of a Coach Cruise t-shirt or a Loud Cup. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 86. 86. And wouldn't you know, that is Yoli. So Yoli, you got your choice of a Loud Cup, and I have a variety of different colors, and or a Coach Cruise shirt. And since I'll see you the end of next month, I can just wait until I see you. So you can just let me know what you want. Look at that. We have Amy McConnell here for the first time. She has messaged me and she said, I can't figure out how to do the live chat. And look, she figured it out. So we're going to put her on the screen. Congratulations for figuring out the live chat, Amy. And good to have you here. Amy is sisters with Aaron. And so we hung out and partied, hit the Alchemy Bar, listened to Lady in the Vamps a couple times. So yeah, it was good fun. And so yeah, welcome to the show, Amy, and good to have you here. And glad you figured out the live chat. All right, so Z Show is here checking in. He says, "What's up, Coach?" And "What's up, Z?" And then everybody is congratulating Yoli. Everybody is such good sports. And yeah, and Amy is laughing because I was secretly kind of teasing her, I think. At least I think she thinks that. Um, and maybe it's true. T-Boat on the go is here. He says, "Hi, everyone. I am late. What did I miss?" Well, T-Boat, the first thing of why we cruise, we went over Scenic Beauty. Aaron says, "Amy got it figured out." Yes. And Aaron and Amy are sisters. So they probably pick on each other a little bit too, at least when they're growing up, right? And yeah, okay, so let's move on to the next one. I love everybody's choices. Word is here. Word, welcome to the show. I haven't seen you before. At least if I have, I apologize. I probably was a few shots in, but they ask, "Are you familiar with the two missing moms from Kansas?" And I am not. I don't know what you're referring to there. We have Rick, who just jumped in with another super chat. And he says, "Did anyone mention prayers for Captain James of Harmony of the Seas having to be medevaced in Cozumel?" I did hear about somebody, Rick, being medevaced. I did not know it was the captain. But yeah, absolutely. Prayers for him, and hopefully he's okay. I mean, anytime anybody gets medevaced from the sea, but I mean, I guess it seems a little bit more significant when it's actually the captain of the ship, right? So, thank you for, that, Rick, and bringing that to our attention, and, the super chat once again. So, yeah, so I did not know about that, but prayers to him, Captain James of the Harmony of the Seas. And yeah, I hope everything turns out well there. So, yeah. All right. So I wanted to go on to the next category. And this one, we'll go to a fun one here. Party. You don't always go on a cruise to party, but me personally, that's one of the things that I like to do, at least for part of the cruise, right? I like to have fun, like to, meet people and party with them. And obviously, I host a coach cruise bar crawl every cruise that I'm on, which is so much fun. And I meet so many of you, and some of you, I've met, and that's how we met. Like Tim, for example, we met. Well, we didn't meet. I mean, I knew ahead of time that he was going to be on the same ship as me, and Tim and Cheryl and I, we all did the bar crawl together on the Carnival Mardi Gras, I believe it was. Yoli, for example, met Yoli and Andrew on the bar crawl. Then later on, we were having dinner in the MDR, and we just became friends and cruise fam. And we've been on multiple cruises with them now, and they're going New Year's Eve again. So yeah, I mean, it's just a really good experience. But when you party with people, they might be strangers at first, but then you have so much fun with them, and then they become like cruise fam, right? So like Amy finally figured out the chat. Congratulations again, Amy. She's got a young son named Logan, who is really cool guy. He's the one I mentioned that got me this little necklace here. And I got so much stuff that all of you are so awesome for giving me back here. But that's around the little bear there. But he's a really cool guy. And like I said, we've been chatting and having a good time and things like that. So yeah, like I said, I've met so many of you all, and you all are amazing. And the cruise world is different. It's just different. I feel like, again, I mentioned that song by Maren Morris, All My Favorite People. Like whenever I hear her sing that song, like I feel like, I think of like the people I know on cruises, like the cruise family and stuff. The lyrics don't exactly match up necessarily, but it gets me thinking of my cruise fam. So yeah, appreciate y'all. All right, so party. How do you like to party? In what ways? If Mandy is still here, I know what she's going to put down. So just go ahead and put it down, Mandy, if you are still here in the comments. But how do the rest of you like to party when you are on a cruise? What is your way of partying? And it doesn't have to be like a traditional party. It doesn't have to be necessarily a nightclub. If your idea of as a party is going to stand up comedy and, with a group of friends and just laughing, if it's going to Quest, if it's going on a bar crawl, if it's meeting up at a bar and just having fun, if it's meeting up at dinner and then drinks after, whatever it is, throw that in the comments. How do you like to party? Liz likes to party, and that is great. She says an 80s party. And yeah, those theme nights and things like that people do, that is so much fun. I have participated in theme nights, especially for New Year's Eve and stuff, doing and Logan, hello. I'm glad that you were watching, Logan. I saw that message. And let's go through some of the other questions here. Word is giving a thumbs up. LJ is here. It's been a while. How is everyone? I think everyone's pretty good. I hope they are. Z says, Coach, did you finish the bottle? I'm trying. And we've had a couple people help us out, but we got that much left, Z. I'm hoping we can knock this out today. Word says the nightclub can be a lot of fun. I need to have about a half a bottle of this in me to get out on the dance floor. But once I do, I'll get out there. Might not be graceful, might not be pretty, but I'll get out there. Bone Tired Travelers is saying hello to everybody. And nice to have you, Bone Tired Travelers. I think this is the first time I've seen you on here. If you've been on here before, I apologize. I just haven't seen you in the comments. Word says silent disco. That silent disco can be a lot of fun. I did film some of that on the Carnival Magic that I was most recently on. And it seemed like everybody was having fun. It was a lot of young people. It was during spring break. So naturally, there was a lot of young people there. And pardon me, but I'm a little parched. All right, that was good. Mandy, I knew she was going to put it. Thank you for putting it down. And Mandy, I've seen her and her friend at the piano bar on the Carnival Celebration. And I think they drink the Blue Note, which is basically like a blue Long Island iced tea. And they were pounding those things. So Mandy is a big fan of the piano bar. Piano bar for sure, if I like the pianist, and nightclub. All right. Frankie Floyd is speaking my language here. He says, hanging out at the Alchemy Bar with friends. Absolutely. Just hanging out the Alchemy Bar to drink. That alone is a good time, especially if the alchemists are cool, which they usually are, and almost all the time. Rick enjoys meeting people in the pub, and Rick is more of a Royal cruiser. So, I know a lot of us are Carnival, but Rick enjoys Royal, which obviously there's nothing wrong with that. I would be happy to go on Royal. Like I said, Carnival's just giving me too good of offers. Oh, by the way, I just saw this in the background when I was looking at the screen. But I have a new sign. It's happy hour. This one was the old one. It's 5:00 somewhere. And when we start this show, it actually is 5:00 on the West Coast. So if I have any West Coast people watching right now, say hey, because it's 5:00. So it's party time. All right. Can we party in the casino? Liz, yes. You know what? They even play that song like over and over. Fireball. Like, Liz, I got to ask a question. Are you tired of hearing the Fireball song in the casino? I got to be honest. Like, I'm not quite the casino player you are, but I am tired of the Fireball song in the casino. I don't know. They just play the hell out of that song. I mean, I know it's part of their giveaway or whatever, but yeah. Controversial Cruising is saying, hello, Denise. Did I mess? Denise is, I'm guessing, with the channel that I don't know is connected. Is that Bone Tired Travelers? Denise, are you Bone Tired Travelers? I don't know. Yoli says all the deck parties and most definitely your bar crawl. Thank you for that, Yoli. You know what? Since Amy figured out the chat, I'm going to go ahead and put them both on blast right here. So Amy and Aaron are watching the show right now, right? I think Aaron was the first one to share this with me. But, I met them actually the day of the bar crawl after the bar crawl was over. And they were down in the Atrium bar. And so we were talking, whatever. And, asked what they were doing or what they did that day. They went to the slot pull. Okay. Keep in mind now that at least Aaron, Amy, not quite as much, but Aaron is a drinker, right? And they knew about the bar crawl. They opted to go to the slot pull, and rightfully so. They lost $10. So they lost $10 to go to the slot pull instead of my bar crawl on the Carnival Magic. Most of you have seen my video of the Carnival Magic bar crawl. If you haven't, go check it out. But they opted, they chose, they knew about that. That's the part that is a little frustrating, is they actually knew about my bar crawl. They knew about it. Maybe they didn't know like how good it was going to be. Maybe they just kind of heard about it, but they chose, and they're not even really gamblers. Like if they were like Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts and Chris, who like live in the casino, the Carnival actually puts a little cot down there next to their favorite slot machines. So they just keep going. But, if they were like that, I could understand. But yeah, they chose to lose $10 in the slot pull with 15, 20 other people rather than go to my bar crawl. So, whatever. Hopefully I don't make that mistake in the future if we ever go on a cruise again. Yes, you just got shamed, Aaron. You just got shamed. And Amy, you too. You too. All right. Okay, let me see any questions I may have missed. Liz says, yes, we're tired of it in reference to the fireball thing. And then, we got some West Coast peeps. Scott from Controversial Cruising is West Coast. So it is 5 o'clock when we start the show on the West Coast. And sorry about that, CCA, but you all are kind of like hardcore gamblers. So, Liz says, yeah, we only do $100 slot pulls. They're like, the hardcore gamblers. Logan is coming to the bar crawl next time. Yeah, that's the cool thing is like kids could actually, there's no 21 and over type of thing, except for the piano bar, I think, at night. But everywhere else, I think kids can go pretty much any time of day. But Logan's coming to the bar crawl next time. You win, and we will bring the child. Hey, you know what? It won't be the first child that somebody's brought along. I promise you that. And Logan's cool, so he can be my cameraman or something. So, yeah, no worries. We can make that work. All right, let's go to our next topic. All right, let's find out. Okay, I kind of talked about this one. This was actually the first one I put down. I didn't put them in any special order, but new friends and family. And when I say family, I mean that, place close to my heart. Honestly, I mentioned this earlier, but there's something different about the cruise community. There really is. I don't know. It's just like people are so cool and just friendly. And, obviously there's a few cruisers that aren't that way, but they're not part of my channel. They really aren't. You all are like awesome. Like everybody that's subscribed to my channel, it's like, like I can hang out with you. I can party with you. I can drink with you. We can laugh together, whether it's stand-up comedy, if it's a Broadway show, if it's hanging out at the Alchemy Bar, whatever it is. It's just, I've made so many, like the network of friends and family that I have spread out throughout the country since starting the Coach Cruise channel is amazing. Like, Tim is on here, for example. My admin with Facebook, he said, hey, you come to the Orlando area, whatever, Port Canaveral area, come stay with us. I've stayed with Lewis and Monty in Pembroke Pines. I've stayed with also in Pembroke Pines, Rod and Vicky, and I mean, they just so happen to live in the same place, but they're like, yeah, come hang with us, we'll go out on the weekend or sometime or whatever, or before a cruise, cruise together with you all. And yeah, just, I mean, in Houston, I have friends, Mark and Laura, and I mean, there's so many of you out there that, I've become friends with. And then, like, it's more than friends, right? Because, we hang out, we go on multiple cruises together. Yeah, it's really, it's really amazing. It's like, it's not just like, oh, hey, hope to see you on a cruise sometime. It's like you actually become friends. You actually become friends, and cruise family, and we invite people over. Yoli and Andrew, as I mentioned, they're coming in next week. They came in here last year. We went to a Cubs game together. Yeah, so I mean, it's just so cool. Greg and Michelle and Carnival Cruise Addicts and everything. I know, if I were going down to Florida, I could hang out with them and party and everything. So yeah, it's so cool. All right, let me catch up on the comments here. Yeah, Amy. I don't know whether you guys are saying you're going to bring Logan, like that's a threat. Like, good. I mean, yeah, I hope he comes. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, if that's supposed to be like I'm going to bring a kid on the bar crawl. On cruise ships, it's different. It's not like you're in an actual bar. They're not going to say nothing. So, Alyssa, slop pole shaming right here. Yes, absolutely. They got slop pole shamed. Bone Tired Traverse says bar crawls are a blast. The one Moonlight Adventures did on Booze Cruise last year, and we had us a time. Yes. And Moonlight Adventures, we got to get them back on here. We haven't had them on here in a while. Tim says, so true. We have met people through cruising and this channel. Absolutely. Together We Travel is here. What's going on Together We Travel? And look at that. Sherry is back. Sherry and Jay. And man, it's good to see you, Sherry. And Sherry, thank you. Sherry is one of the people that really put some really, really nice words down for my friend, and Joanne, who's passed today. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Sherry. Let's get that up on the screen. And Sherry, you are numbers 12 through 61. Look at that. 12 through 61. And Zoe heard super chat. I think she's learning the word super chat like she learns the word treat, right? So high five for Sherry and Jay. Yes. And she said thank you quick. She's learning the thank you really quick. All right. So Sherry, we're going to do like 1.5 of these for that. Let me get the one out of the way first. Because I want to get rid of this. We're almost there. I was hoping to get rid of it. And there's a half. I think I got like one shot left in there. Thank God. Can't wait to get through it. I will be so happy. I'm not testing bottles anymore. I'm going to taste them before I bring them on the show. So this never happens again, because I want to like not have that whatever face that I make when I drink this. I know it is amusing to some of you, but again, thank you, Sherry, for that. Thank you for your kind words from my friend. We have Daryl Byther here, says hello, Coach Cruz from DJ Cruisers. Hello, and thanks for joining us, Daryl. My light on this side is going in and out, so I'm gonna have to change the batteries on that. So I hope it's not messing up how I'm seeing here. Yeah, Amy, you should feel bad that you missed it. No, it's okay. And then not everybody makes my bar crawl. And it's funny, you know what? I do get this a lot, and all jokes aside, I'm kind of messing with Amy and Aaron a little bit, but I see so many people throughout the cruise and they don't know about the channel or anything like that. Maybe they weren't on the Facebook page, or maybe they were and they didn't know like about my bar crawls, and how we're like off the hook and everything. Uh, so they're like, oh, we'll go do this, we'll go do this, and or they forget about it or something like that. And then they'll see the bar crawl going through the ship, and it might already be almost over at like bar 5 or something like that. And then they'll tell me later, like, oh my God, we saw you guys going through, and we're like, we so shouldn't have missed it. Can you do another one? Can you do another one? And that's how sometimes I end up doing a second bar crawl at the end of the cruise, because a bunch of the people that went on the first one had so much fun they want to do it again. And then there's a group of people that's like, oh, we missed it. Can you do it? We don't want to miss this next one. And so we end up doing a second bar crawl. So T-Boat on the Go says, I am active in chats and roll call pages for my cruises, but then am too shy to actually talk to people in real life. Well, T-Boat, we got to, you know what cures that, T-Boat? Alcohol. Alcohol cures the not, afraid to talk to people thing. You drink enough alcohol, you'll talk to anybody. Trust me, it works. I'm a bad influence, I know. Scott, controversial cruising. I will do a coach cruise bar crawl in person one day. Yes, you will, sir. You better. I better never be on a cruise and you not come to the coach cruise bar crawl like Amy and Aaron didn't. Hey, they're going to mess with me now. Let's see. Will G, I can't believe it's been almost a year and a half since we cruised again. Man, has it been that long, Will? I know time flies. I swear it does. Yoli says the faces you make are funny. Yes, I think that's why people, I think that's part of the reason why I'm getting a lot of super chats is so maybe maybe this won't be I think one of you all are going to send me a bottle of this as like a prank and be like, hey, bring this on your show. Please don't. If you send me a bottle, send me some Blantons. And by the way, I mentioned this last week, but this baby right here is getting opened up. We are on like 15,000 views or so away from 1 million views. And when we get 1 million views, I'm opening this puppy up. And yeah, we're going to do the super chats and everything just like we normally would. Here's the difference though. I'm not doing shots of this. What I will do is I will bring a nice glass and I'm going to drink this neat, because this is not one that you do shots of. You drink this, you sip this. So I will pour it into a shot glass and then I will pour it into my regular glass. But we're going to savor this bad boy. And that's only 15,000 views. We'll be at 1 million. And that is a big momentous thing for the channel. So yeah, looking forward to it. Frankie Floyd says, I'll be one of your bar crawls one day. I hope you are, sir. Mandy says, I set up a bar crawl event on the Mardi Gras, June 29th. Kind of nervous. Mandy, you know a guy. You know a guy. So you need any help. And it's Carnival. So yeah, message me. I will help you out, because that's what I do. J&T Adventures. Coach, ever thought about posting your cruises where people can opt into cruise and do the bar crawls and such? Yeah, I mean, J&T Adventures, people ask me all the time, what cruises are you going on and things like that. And I always share, there we go. I appreciate that, Aaron. I see it. I'm going to read these couple questions. Yeah, I mean, I always share and I let people know, and I join my cruise pages, and I blanked for a second. I think the whiskey is getting to me. But yeah, no, I share and I let everybody know what ships are going on and everything else. So if anybody ever wants to book a cruise with me and you have that timeline, similar, you can go. Like for example, June 8th, Horizon. Anybody that's on the Horizon, June 8th, bar crawl, let's do it. Then June 18th, Carnival Venezia, again, bar crawl. we'll do it. And, we'll party, we'll hang out, we'll have a good time, all that good stuff. And then I doubt many of you are going to be able to make the next cruise this summer, but I'm going all the way to Australia on the Carnival Splendor 15-day journeys cruise, Australia to Singapore. Might get off before we actually hit Singapore, though, in either Bali or Lombok, Indonesia, because we're more about the scenic beauty than the big city. So we might miss Singapore. Got to figure that out still. But yeah. Cruise Nuts says need to drink some Rip Van Winkle. I don't know if I got that kind of money, Cruise Nuts. And look at that. We have Erin Holmes. She says, finish it. Erin, I am so happy. And I agree with you so much. We need to finish this. Look at that. Oh, it goes right to the top. It's going to make me drink every little bit of this shot, but I'm so happy it's gone. So, Erin, thank you. Thank you so much. Woo. Okay. Let's get Erin's name down on here before I forget. 62 through 81, Erin. Let's get Zoe back up here. Come here, Zoe. You got another treat coming. Another one from Erin. High five for Erin. High five. I don't need a kiss. Okay, that's good. But you got a high five also. There you go. Good girl. There you go. All right. Thank you. We're done. We did it. The bottle is empty. Goodbye. Never again. Never again. Not this bottle. We are moving on to my homeland, the Jameson Irish whiskey. And this one is going to take us a while to get through because we got the big boy. We got the big boy bottle here. So, but yes, thank you. We are done. We accomplished something tonight, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for that. We got rid of that TX whiskey. Little mule to wash it down. We are good. Okay. Liz says you need to update your shipmate, coach. I don't do the shipmate thing. I don't know. I'm just on so much stuff. It's just like, it feels like something. I don't know. I don't really do the shipmate thing, but I was on it. So people see my name or whatever, but I think I deleted the app or something. I don't know. Nathan Gilbert says, I have 6 cruises booked so far through 25. I need to get in on your bar crawls. Yes, you do, Nathan. You do need to get in on them. And I will be happy when you do that. And like I said, I mentioned my 2 this summer. Then after that, Thanksgiving on the Carnival Horizon. That is the 23rd, November 23rd through December 1st. 8-day cruise, ABC itinerary on the horizon. I mean, does it get much better than that? I don't think it does. And then Carnival Vista, New Year's Eve. And that's a great itinerary too. I forget exactly what that itinerary is, but I know it's good. I know it's good because I picked that one just for that reason. Greg and Michelle, New Year's Eve. Yes, they are going to be with me. And we are definitely doing a bar crawl together on New Year's Eve. Liz is saying hello to Eddie Lugo. And what is up, Eddie Lugo? And Eddie Lugo, look, I got your little thing here. And I'm going to put that right in the bottle of Jameson on the next super chat, $15 super chat or more. That is where that is going to go. So hello to Eddie. Good to see you. Crystal, another new one. She's saying woohoo and woohoo. CruiseNet says, Brad, you better close the live before passing out. I'm good. We've done more than this. So we're good. And believe it or not, I actually have water. I should have probably had a little bit of that today so far, but I have not. We got Ben just up the road. His team is competing with my team. He is a Brewers fan. Somehow we're friends. I don't know. He's a Brewers fan. I'm a Cubs fan. But yeah, no, it's all good. He's up in Wisconsin. He roots for the Brewers. I root for the Cubs. And yes, and Aaron says you're welcome. And again, thank you. Absolutely, Aaron, because we got rid of that god-awful whiskey, and now I can start enjoying my shots once again. Yoli says, we can't wait to meet you. And they are crazy cool people, Yoli, Greg, and Michelle. So, yes, you will enjoy meeting them. And Crystal is a fan of Jameson. So she says, yummy. Love Jameson Orange. All right. Frankie Floyd says, blown the cup horn on that one. Yes. You know what? That is a great idea. We finished the bottle. Aaron, thanks for helping us finish that off. That is for finishing the bottle of the TX whiskey. Oh my God. So glad. And look at that. You know what? With Aaron's super chat, we are all the way up to 81. So we are only 19 away. We still have over 10 minutes left for this show. We might actually give away a second super chat here. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Mimi Melly, what do you think of the Carnival Sunshine? I'm going on it May 3rd, 2025. Mimi Melly, let me tell you something. One thing I love about the Carnival Sunshine is that they have a pool. It's one of the few Carnival ships that has a pool in the Serenity area. You know, it's got a waterfall and everything. It is a nice ship. I really enjoyed my cruise, Mimi Melly, on the Carnival Sunshine in the Serenity Deck area, because I had a pool. You know, all the XL class ships have a pool, but very few other ships, and I know the Sunshine obviously is one of those others that has a pool in the Serenity area. I mean, most of them have hot tubs, right? But not all of them, most all of them don't have a pool, and the Sunshine does. So my time there, I remember I was on that cruise with a buddy, and we had a great time and hanging out the Serenity Deck with a bunch of other adults, 21 and over, and hanging out at the pool. So yeah, it was a good time. So I think you'll like that part of it, and then, it's good shows, and it's a nice ship. I think you'll like it. You said May 3rd, so that's right around the corner. I mean, you were about to get on her, and yeah, I think you're going to like it. Liz says, go O's. Orioles fan. Okay, cool. Amy O'Connell is a Cubs fan. Look at that. I got you taken care of, Amy. Are the Cubs winning? They're playing the Mets tonight. They beat the Mets yesterday. Mandy says, hoping to see the Braves. Oh, Mandy. Why you got to go there? This is a friendly show here. You got to say, hope to see the Braves beat the Cubs in 2 weeks. Come on now. Yeah. All right. So, Mandy, I thought we were good, and she's just got to go throw some, what out there. I'm just joking with you, Mandy. It's cool. Let's see. Frank Floyd, that's a 205. Liz, don't go chasing waterfalls. Yes. Big weekend series. Yes. The Brewers are coming in to play the Cubs. And look at that. We got Admin Tim doing a $20 super chat. And you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Let's get Tim in here. That means that Tim is numbers 82 through 100. And also, once again, Tim is number 1 because he did a $20 super chat, and 19 is all we needed to get to 100. Oh, look at that. Look at Eddie being a hater now. He's a Mets fan. What is going on with that, Eddie? Who's winning the Cubs-Mets game? Hopefully it's the Cubs, so I can, because the Cubs and Mets are playing. Can somebody check the score on that? And hopefully the Cubs are winning here. All right. So guess what? We're giving away 2 shirts. Tim got us to 100. Oh, wait, I got to do a shot. Oh, Tim, look, I get to do my first. Jameson. Nobody was letting me do Jameson last week. They all wanted to see that expression on my face. Oh, wait, they got this goofy plastic thing. I wonder if I can. Nope. Well, Eddie, okay. They're not letting me put this thing on here. I mean, it's got some plastic barrier. So we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to have to pour this. But we got some Jameson Irish whiskey. These are my people. My people don't do me wrong. I'm good with the Irish whiskey because I'm at least 50% Irish. So, tied game right now. Thank you for that update, Mandy. Go Cubs. And Tim, thank you for getting us to 100. We'll do this drawing here real quick. Oh my God. So much better. You didn't see all that craziness on my face because it was good. It's because, Irish, I'm Irish. The whiskey agrees with me. Thank you for that, Tim. All right. So, look, let's go through the rundown here. Tim was number one. So, if number one is called, Tim wins. Then Rick is numbers 2 because he did 2 $5 super chats in a row. He's numbers 2 through 11. Then we had Sherry and Jay, numbers 12 through 61. They got that big chunk right in the middle there. Then we had Aaron, who thankfully helped us finish that bottle of TX. And then Tim G got us to 182 through 100. And let's see here. Let me just show everybody that the phone is empty here. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. What's that say? 53. 53. Who is 53? Sherry is 53. She has numbers 12 through 61. So congratulations, Sherry and Jay. And I do have a different, because I know Sherry and Jay, you all have a lot of shirts, but I have these loud cups. So if you want something different that you don't have, I have these in a variety of colors, so I can hook you up with that. But congratulations, Sherry, and great to see you and Jay as always. And Tim, once again, you are number one. You're number one 2 times in a row now. Appreciate that for the next round of super chats. All right. So, you know what? I had 10 things down, and we've gotten through 3 so far. Let me go through this one. This is number 8 on my list. But again, they were in no special order. Enjoy the best of your life now. Enjoy the best of your life now. All right, let me share a little story with you. My mom passed away a couple years back, and for so many years, I mean, it was very sad, honestly. My sister and I would try to get my mom out of the house. She was in a house by herself. She wasn't in a nursing home or anything like that. She had a little dog, Molly, and I mean, she loved Molly, everything. Molly's a great dog, whatever. But she would not leave the house. Like, if we got her to go out to dinner with us, it was like it was good. It was like a celebration, And the thing about it is, my mom was mobile enough. She could walk. She could certainly walk with like a walker. And definitely, obviously, those scooters you've all seen on cruise ships and things like that. And so many times I told my mom, I'm like, let me take you on a cruise. They have these scooters if you don't want to. And she'd always put me down and say, no, I want to wait a little bit. I want to make sure I feel a little bit better. She'd always have an excuse and she wouldn't go. Right. I mean, the great thing I find about cruising, I have nothing against scooters and people in walkers and everything else like that. If you are out there and you are trying to enjoy life and you are, with whatever mobility you have left, even if you have to use a scooter, whatever, if you're going out there and you're on your balcony, whatever, and you're seeing just this beautiful ocean, and Manny mentioned it, like the sunset setting over the ocean, or leaving St. Thomas and seeing just, all that beauty or whatever, you're getting out there, you're experiencing it, and, you're just enjoying life and everything, right? So, I mean, shouldn't you be doing that rather than staying in your living room watching TV or whatever? And I mean, that was the thing that like just frustrated my sister and I so much with my mom is, she was healthy enough to go out and do some of those things. And like I said, I was, offering to pay and everything for the cruises. And she's like, no, no, I want to make sure, I can do this, that, whatever. And she just offered up all these excuses. It's like, you got to enjoy life and experience life when you're healthy and you can enjoy it the most. And even as you start losing your health, it's probably even more important, right? To get out there and, experience it before you have, before your health diminishes even more. So that's one of the things that I put down, is, just enjoy life. Get squeeze every drop out of it until they call your number, right? So, yeah. So that's one of the things I put down. Um, oh yeah. So I see a bunch of you are all in agreement with me. I appreciate that. D Kid, 100%. T-Boat, amen to that. Mandy, yes. Tim G, agree. Crystal Vanover, absolutely. I hope to have many more trips. Yoli, preach it. Liz, live life to the fullest. And Cruise Nuts, I will die traveling. Love every bit of those comments. We're already over an hour. I don't care. We'll keep going. Um, you know, new cultures, right? I put new cultures down. We can go over this one pretty quick. Cruise Life TV says 100%. Sherry, and Sherry's been through the thick of it. She says, live life to the fullest. Unfortunately, I can't cruise for a while. My immune system's very low. You know what? Sherry is a fighter. She's been getting healthier. She has also battled cancer. And she is one of the ones that can thankfully say she is kicking cancer's ass. And keep kicking cancer's ass, Sherry, for all of us, because, the ones that have lost that fight, are inspired by people like yourself that continue to, beat it. And, that gives them the will to fight as hard as you have. So keep doing that. And what did I say? New cultures. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many places we go on cruises and, we get to some of these islands and things like that. And we see a different culture and, we see, different struggles that people have. I mean, we have our own struggles in America and things like that, but you see, a different way of life, different cultures, and some of it is very heartwarming, and and some of it is sad, honestly, because you see the struggle and it makes you appreciate some of the things that you have here in America and stuff. And I know we have other people watching this in other countries. I know Australia, that trip I'm going on, I shared this link with some people in Australia, so maybe they're sharing that as well. I wanted to put this one down. I don't know how many of you do this because I feel like a lot of you are more of the party vibe, but how many of you go on cruises to relax and de-stress? How many of you are up there on the Serenity deck just laying out, trying to find your zen and just relax and chill out? How many of you do that? Let's see. Texas Cruiser says, in my next column, I'm writing about the history of the Carnival Breeze and her time in Galveston. I was on Carnival Breeze for almost 10 days, New Year's Eve a couple years back. Mandy says, I love the foods of other cultures, especially Caribbean food. Let's see. Cruise Nights, we do both party and chill. And, that's a great combination. You find your time to relax and, find that zen or whatever. But then, once you get that zen, you get a little relaxation and it's time to, let those other, ions or whatever just kind of go out and be free, right? Bone Tire Traveler says, I will believe in traveling while I can and tell my patients to do the same if they're able. Absolutely. Liz says, relax and de-stress for sure, then gamble and party. Put that on the screen. Oh, wait, it disappeared. There we go. Will says me. Cheryl says me. They like to de stress and relax. Bone Tired Traveler says we. Tim G says love to sit on the deck with a book and watch the ocean go by. That is a great, amazing way to de stress. Texas Cruiser says I cruise to relax more for the ship now, as much for the ports. Amy, I can only relax for so long. Partying helps me decompress. I love that. I love that answer. So we're going to put it up on the screen. All right, let's get through a few more of these. All right, next one I have excursions and adventures. What are some of the best excursions and adventures that you have been on while cruising? Let me tell you a couple that I've been on that I've loved. Belize has a excursion called Shark Ray Alley. It's if you take a water taxi up to Cape Cocker, you can do excursion through there, and I've even seen Carnival offer this excursion as well. But the reason they call it Shark Ray Alley is because there's this area off the coast of Cape Cocker, which is about a 45-minute water taxi ride, maybe 30 minutes. And they have all these nurse sharks. Now, those of you that are just like scared to death of the word shark, I got my beware of shark up here. Nurse sharks, their mouths look kind of like a catfish. You know, they can't like, they can't kill you or anything. You know, they can't attack you and just eat you alive or anything like that. But the cool thing is they look like sharks and they're like super big and that kind of thing. So it's kind of cool actually. Um, yeah, I mean they're big, and I mean at the first time I was intimidated because you see that shark fin in the water and you're just like, oh my God, that's a shark. But then once I jumped in the water and I realized they didn't give two, you know what about me, um, I was cool. And then I've done it a couple times now. And like now, it's like I will get right in the middle of them. I mean, there'll be like 15 of those things and they'll be bumping into me and stuff like that. I will be like right smack dab in the middle of them. It's so cool. And then there'll be stingrays swimming around. That's why they call it Shark Ray Alley. And I mean, you can almost stand up in the water, and in places you actually can stand up in the water. It's so cool. So that's one of the favorite excursions that I've been on. The waterfalls in Amber Cove, where you jump off waterfalls, some as high as 40 feet into the pool below. Another really cool adventure, another really cool excursion. I mean, there's so many wonderful, cool excursions. And I see so many of you have posted in the comments things that you've liked. We still have 36 people in the chat and then watching the show and everything else. This is so awesome. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going at least as long as this stays above 30. We will keep going. I will keep drinking, and I'll do shots too. If you know, if we do super chats, we will do it. Let's hear about some of your excursions that you love. Let's see here. Aaron says, I need 80-20, 80% party, 20% relax. And yet she chose the slot pole over the Coach Cruise bar crawl. She thought that 80-20, see, that doesn't make sense to me. That I think you're lying there, or you just made a seriously bad decision in life because you chose the slot pole over me. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll believe the 80-20 next time we're on a cruise if you actually come to the Coach Cruise bar crawl over the slot pole, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if you actually do that or not. T-Boat on the Go says, love to relax on sea days for sure. Bone Tired Travelers, we love to chill and relax, not the go, go, go mentality. Well, go, go, go to the Coach Cruise bar crawl. Liz says, one of our favorites was cooking class in Cozumel. Is that the salsa, whatever? We also love the Stingray City in Grand Cayman. Yes, Stingray City in Grand Cayman was one of my early favorites for sure. Amy says snorkel and raise in Grand Turk. beautiful and very cool to be able to hold a ray and give it a smooch. Yep, that is a, especially if you're a first time cruiser, you get to do that. That is like so amazing. Absolutely agree with that. Bone Tired Travelers, we're going to Belize, been looking for something to do. We'll look it up. Bone Tired Travelers, so cool. Don't be afraid. The nurse sharks are not going to eat you. It is cool as hell to swim with sharks. To like have sharks swimming around you and have no fear of being eaten. It is like the coolest experience. Bone Tired Travelers, thank me later for that. Cruise Nut says, K Cocker, yes, done that excursion 5 times. Nurse sharks, skin is like leather sandpaper. Try swimming with whale sharks. I have videos of this. Cruise Nuts, you just hit one of my bucket list items right there. That's one of the things that I want to do. I had an excursion booked for whale sharks out of Cozumel. It was supposed to take us up to, what's the other port up there? Cancun, because that's where I guess they hang out or whatever. And they picked one day out of the month where they couldn't do that, where they couldn't take us to that. And that just happened to be the day that we were in Cozumel. And now I don't see that excursion offer. So the whale shark excursion is on my list. We're actually increasing in viewers. We're up to 39 now. If you haven't already hit that like button, if you could hit that like button, that would be so awesome. Cruise Live TV says one of our favorites is the falls in Amber Cove. I mentioned that jumping off the waterfalls is so awesome in Amber Cove. T-Boat on the Go 2003 Belize hiked up a mountain in the rainforest with a huge inner tube, then jumped off a cliff into the river and tubed down the river. That was cool. That sounds way more than cool. That sounds amazing. Let's put that on the screen. Texas Cruiser says the best excursion we have been on was a combo in Cayman where we swam with the dolphins, then went out to Stingray City and fed the stingrays. Very cool. What's his name? Oh man, self-help guy. The Giant Within. Who's Anthony Robbins? Anthony Robbins. I remember I was listening to videos. I'm a big self-help, I read a lot of stuff like that. But he was one of the guys that I liked. And I remember him doing an audio tape thing. And he was talking about swimming with dolphins. And at the time, I'd never swam with dolphins, right? And I'm like, oh man, how cool would that be to swim with dolphins? Now I've done that and like been there, done that. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. But I remember him listening to that in a tape, and he was like, one of these things like put down goals and dreams that you have and that kind of thing. And I remember thinking like, man, that would be cool to swim with dolphins. I've done that now, right? And that's one of the cool things about traveling, experiencing the world, going around the world, is you get to experience, things like that you didn't think you would. And people that wait, some people wait too long to do that. You got to get out there. You got to do that. You got to enjoy the world and everything that it has to offer. Amy says, loved holding the monkeys at Monkeyland, but the rest of the tour is meh. But yeah, the monkeys are cool. I held a sloth in Roatan. Cruise Nut says, get those watch hours, bro. Thank you. Frankie Floyd says, I'm still here, coach, and I appreciate you for still being here. Sandy, the Lost Pirate Jenkins, coming in late, but you got here, Sandy, and thank you for that. Liz, stop slot shaming coach. I'm not slot shaming. I did that like 20 minutes ago, Liz. I've stopped doing that. Amy says he's never going to let it go. I'm not, Aaron. I'm not, Amy. You guys, I'm not going to let you forget that. Just remember, you know what? I'll tell you what, Amy, Aaron, I'll make you this promise. When you go on another cruise with me, I don't know when that will ever be, because Amy, you had that opportunity, you declined, right? But when you do, if you choose to go on a coach cruise bar crawl and you party hard, then we'll drop it. Until then, I'm not going to let you forget it. Mandy says, I really love the places with a nice beach right by the boat, like Grand Turk. Absolutely, Mandy. Grand Turk, one of everybody's favorites. Uncle Dave is here. What is going on, Uncle Dave? He is here. And he says, hey, y'all. Let's put him up on the screen. Liz says, hey, Uncle Dave, you're very late. Shame on you. Yes, Uncle Dave. Why are you so late? Frank Floyd says, they will bite you. No, they won't. Not the nurse sharks, anyway. Aaron says, are you done yet? Such a sad panda. That's what she calls me. She calls me the pouting panda. That's her thing for me, you know, if she thinks I'm upset about something. Such a sad panda about being deserted on your bar crawl. Yes, deserted by 2 people only. Everybody else was there. There was 2 people missing. You just happen to be those 2. CruiseNet says, bread, fly, and direct like we do to Cozumel. You know what? I have a friend there that lives in Cozumel. If any of you enjoy scuba, I can hook you up with my friend. She is a dive master. She actually trains people to teach scuba. That's how much of a dive master she is. So yeah, if anybody wants to go to Cozumel and you want to go scuba diving, I have the hookup for you, and it's probably going to be a great price. So let me know, and I will hook you up. Sandy, the Lost Pirate Jenkins, our favorite was Captain Your Own, and believes they do not offer that anymore, unfortunately. Well, okay. Well, that's, and Amy says, deal. Aaron says spring break 2025, apparently. Yeah, probably not, because I think we talked about that, Aaron. And wasn't Amy all set on doing the week after my spring break? I think she was. So I'm not sure about that one. Sherry, thank you so much, Sherry. And thanks for hanging out. I know we were 16 minutes past our normal time. Cruise Nuts says we might know her, Brad. What is her name? Is it Eva? No, that's from Wall-E, that Disney movie. No, it's not Eva. It's Megan Riley. But yeah, I will let you know. Yeah, if anybody's in Cozumel, they want a great hookup for scuba. We got some people saying good night, so I think that is probably a good time to say good night to everybody. If you haven't hit that like button already, please do. Zoe is, and I'm giving a treat for everybody here that stayed on past our 1 hour mark. So high five for everybody, and say thank you. Say thank you to everybody. Yeah. So Zoe says thank you. Look at that, Uncle Dave. He came in late, and then he went and did a super chat. You are numbers 2 through 11, Uncle Dave. And you know what? Since you came in like that, Uncle Dave, right at the end, 17 minutes, we are going to do a bonus shot. Cruise Nut says, great live, Brad. Thanks. Good night, everybody. Uncle Dave, bonus shot here. Thank you for that super chat. Right at the end, an 18-minute bonus here. Thank you, sir, for that Irish whiskey. Uncle Dave says, I think the drink and treat funds are dry. Yep. All right. So I appreciate you all. This was a fun show. We'll come up with something for next week, and maybe we'll get through some of the ones that we didn't talk about this week. There still is 1, 2, 3 or 4 things that I didn't mention yet. But had a great time, and thank you all for throwing everything in the comments like you did. It's a great time. So I hope you all had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourself. The fact that we still had like 40 people almost all the way throughout, that's awesome. So love you all, and we will see you all next week. Take care, everybody. Peace.